Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. CARICOM expresses serious concern about the consistently deteriorating situation in Haiti. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Friday, 3rd February 2023. Details when we return.
Hubbard's Multi-Department Mount Gay and Hubbard's Tire Bay, located at the Building Supplies Compound in Grand Anse, are reminding the motoring public that another round for licensing and inspection has begun. Just arrived on new shipments of quality furrowed and torque tires to fit all makes and models of vehicles at competitive pricing. Shop early to avoid the hassle of long lines. WhatsApp them on 473-405-5482. Hubbard's, quality service, affordable prices.
Welcome back. The regional body of CARICOM is very concerned about the further breakdown in order in Haiti. More in this HGP Nightly News item with Joel Vaux.
The Caribbean Community, CARICOM, says it is deeply concerned that the contrasting incidents involved in the Haitian National Police indicate the severity of the challenges that the police face, as well as further breakdown in security in Haiti. In a statement, the 15-member regional body said that it strongly condemns the killing of police officers and expressed condolences to the families of the officers who lost their lives in the line of duty. The anger and dismay of the police at the gruesome killings of their colleagues, 78 killed since July 2021 and 14 to date this January, are shared by all. However, abandoning the role of the security forces to protect every citizen and maintain public order further destabilizes the country, the statement reads. CARICOM also urged the members of the Haitian National Police to safeguard peace and order and refrain from actions which could only serve to foster even greater damage to the country and its people. Last week, rebel police officers rioted in Port-au-Prince to protest against the killing of more than a dozen colleagues by criminal gangs. The rioting officers blamed the government for not taking action. According to the National Union of Haitian Police Officers, 14 men have been killed since the start of the year in various gang attacks on police stations.
Bahamian diplomats evacuated out of Haiti speak with members of the press. Lidon Davis of ZNS News reports.
Charge d'Affaires for Haiti, Captain Godfrey Rowe, gave his account on what transpired on the ground in Haiti before the Bahamian delegation was ordered to leave that country.
Well, I was a part of, it was myself, Ms. Smith, and Mr. Forbes, and one of our drivers. We used to the police, if there are blockages in the road, we used to the police seeing a diplomatic car, a plate on the car, would beckon to us and make it wait for us to go past whatever blockage there is. And so that is what we expected when the police actually beckoned to us. But when we got there, it was a different ball game. The fact that they said they want us out of the car. It was obvious that we were diplomat because the plate was on the Jeep. And we said to them that we were diplomats, but they were not in any kind of state to have any sensible conversation with her. I think we're all aware of the situation in Haiti. There are times when it would be volatile, and there are times when it would be calm.
The violent ordeal unfolding on Captain Rowe's birthday, the celebrations were of a different kind. Bahamian authorities were relieved to receive the order to leave Haiti. Rowe says despite leaving, the Haitian embassy is still in operation and the lines of communication are still open. When asked if his team expressed any concerns ahead of the vicious attack, Captain Rowe shared this.
I think all of the persons who are attached to the embassy have been there a sufficiently long length of time to know what to expect in Haiti. And as I said before, if something is going to happen, we get advance notice. So there, and we all live in secure areas. The embassy is secured. In fact, the ministry just boosted the security at the embassy, and that is an ongoing process.
Captain Rowe, who has been stationed in Port-au-Prince, Haiti since last August, agrees the country has deteriorated from bad to worse since the assassination of its president, Jovenel Moïse, several years ago.
The government of Haiti if you can call that, was in chaos. Now it's just the president, because all of the parliamentarians, their terms are completed. All right, and you have the problem with gangs, and so if there is no security, and you don't have a force that can counter that, you can imagine it will continue to escalate.
Captain Rowe credited the Prime Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs with ensuring the Bahamian delegation arrived home safely. He added that once a full assessment is completed, the delegation will return to Haiti. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDon Davis.
Nurses from Cuba who came to the Bahamas to assist in the pandemic set to return home. ZNS News has more.
It's farewell for the more than 25 Cuban nurses hired last January to provide medical services during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. The group applauded last evening during a ceremony at the Breezes Cable Beach Resort. Laying on the accolades, Health Minister Dr. the Honorable Michael Darville.
Came to us in the heat of the Delta variant, when many of our brothers and sisters lost their lives as a result of COVID. At the time when I went to Cuba, we had about 100 nurses in our healthcare system who was out as a result of COVID, while the developed world was recruiting our nurses left, right, and center. And I reached out to our ambassador. I said, listen here, Ambassador, Excellency, we need help in this country. Our people are sick. We're bursting from the seams. Our nursing support staff is out with COVID. Can you assist? And Cuba came to our rescue. I'm grateful for that, and I extend that same spirit of gratitude from our Prime Minister and many of us who sit in the cabinet, because we reached out to Cuba, and Cuba responded to our.
Cuban ambassador to the Bahamas, His Excellency Julio Cesar Gonzalez, says he's pleased with the support rendered, adding that his country stands ready to assist in the time of need.
We feel like at home, we feel like a family, but I have to do my duties, and I wrote some paragraphs to really state the satisfaction, how grateful we feel to be in this special task that Bahama gave us the opportunity to fulfill during 1 year with this army of nurses in your country, especially in a very particular moment of the pandemic, when you were suffering the fourth wave of the pandemic in January.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, Reginald Amor, says the public is owed an explanation, and more will be made known pending the results of the investigation into the $20 million payout to the 9 accused in the Vindra Naipaul Coolman case. He said it was a grievous mistake and there is now need for full accountability in the process. TTT News has some details.
At a media conference on Wednesday, Attorney General Reginald Amor said the statement of the case, where the defendants in the Vindra Naipaul Coolman murder case claimed they were maliciously prosecuted, disappeared 1 day after it was submitted to the Office of the Solicitor General for assignment. But since the launch of the investigation, the Attorney General's office has retrieved the files from the registry of the High Court.
The Office of the Attorney General, the Secretariat of the Attorney General, and I will come to that, had never seen those documents. The file disappeared on the 23rd of June, 2020, having been signed for as received on the 22nd of June, 2020. It seems incredulous, and it demands an explanation.
He said a memorandum which was issued by the former Attorney General states that when such a file arrives, the ministry must be advised and approval sought and obtained. A.G. Amor said there was reasonable cause for the accused to be charged with murder.
In other words, there was a slam dunk defense available to the state of Trinidad and Tobago on that case, but for the fact that the file disappeared. Let me make it very clear. This is a very early stage. I do not want anything that I say to appear to be an indictment of anyone.
Whether the state will be appealing the matter, he said.
There are aspects of what is pleaded in that case by the attorneys who represented the accused, led by Mr. Anand Ramlogan, that in my view provide a basis for an appeal, but I am not going to advise myself.
AG Amos said the results of the investigation will be completed in the shortest possible time. Mahalia Joseph Wharton, TDT News.
In the meantime, President of the Prisons Officers Association, Saron Richards, vehemently denies claim of wanton abuse meted out to the 9 men freed in the Vindra Naipaul Coolman's murder. According to Mr. Richards, many of the claims are totally false. TV6's Nicole M. Romney reports.
Among the claims levelled by the men was rape at the hands of prison officers. However, Mr. Richards has outrightly rejected this.
So that is absolutely frivolous, and I'm saying again, that is absolutely frivolous, and that is unheard of. That is absolutely frivolous. That is a wild claim to beef up a matter that we suspect wasn't properly defended by the state. That is a wild claim. That, in all my years of service, that is totally frivolous.
He tells TV6 he's open to an investigation into the allegations.
The Prison Officers Association has no problem with anything that will clear up the good name of the prison service and the good name of officers, because this is how we look, the Prison Officers Association look at this matter. All of the claims made by inmates that are legitimate falls outside of the purview of a prison officer. In other words, prison officers cannot fix prison conditions. They cannot take money out of their pockets to fix prison conditions. Prison officers are bearing the brunt of a blame that they should not bear.
But he concedes that there are shortcomings in the prison system, and his association has been pleading for better conditions for both inmates and officers for some time.
So we have these conditions prevailing and existing, and persons are now capitalizing on them. Persons are now capitalizing the extent to which they're even going further to blame prison officers for things they are not doing. And I'm saying again, and I want the public to know, we have been championing, you all are our witness.
Nicole M. Romney, TV6 News.
The Prime Minister says that he has not seen a new order of merit list the Police Service Commission sent to the President for submission to the Parliament, which nominates Acting Police Commissioner Erla Christopher to be the country's next police commissioner. And the Prime Minister also says that if any nominee for the top cop job is close to retirement, that is not a problem, since the post is one on contract. TV6's political editor Joel Brown has some details in that story.
After he toured Price Smart's Sustainable Solutions plant, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley fielded questions from the media about the nomination of Acting Police Commissioner Erla Christopher by the Police Service Commission for the post of Police Commissioner, a matter which is to be debated by all of the 41 elected members of the House of Representatives on Friday. Is it a shoo-in terms of that sense? The government's majority prevails?
No, nothing is a shoo-in. The Parliament will meet and the Parliament has to take a decision. And by the Parliament, I mean all 41 of us. Because, all 41 of us talk about the police and the crime situation.
Such nominations from the Police Service Commission are not debated by the Senate. The Prime Minister said the system is working, although he did express some concern about the pace of one aspect of it.
The Commission has taken its time. I was beginning to get a little concerned, but the Commission has done its work, and they've made a recommendation to the Parliament. It is for the Parliament now to act, and I trust it's coming up on Friday, because we are eager to get the post filled, and we waited for the Commission to do its work. The work has been done, so on Friday we'll expect the Parliament to act.
A question was posed to the Prime Minister about the present Acting Police Commissioner being due for retirement in May of this year.
The police commissioner is a contract being offered, and one is not debarred by when you're coming up for retirement. One can go into contract at any time, and whoever is hired there would be hired by contract, so that's not a problem.
Jewel Brown, TV6 News.
Hubbards is once again innovating the way you shop with its new online store, providing 24-hour shopping convenience. You can shop now for appliances, hardware, houseware, building material, and more. Free delivery island-wide. Start shopping now at hubbardshardware.gd. Safe, convenient, reliable.
I am Eddie Frederick, wishing you a restful weekend. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.